It's Nick here for Into Boxing. I am delighted to be joined by Johnny Nelson. First of all, Johnny, how are we?
I'm all right, thank you very much. I'm good.
Here in Liverpool, massive fight week. Liam Smith headlines against Hassan Mwakinyo. First of all, your thoughts on that fight for Liam?
Good fight. Liam has the chance to give the fans back, to grace his presence. It's nice to see him back in the mix again. I think it's a good fight, a good entertaining fight. Liam has the talent and the experience to get this fight done inside the distance. It'll be an intriguing fight, an exciting fight. But Liam's a pro, man. Liam's like he's got world-class mentality. Does he still have world-class ability? We don't know. We don't know at 34 years old, but we've seen that he's good. We've seen the best of him. Is what he's got now good enough? We don't know, but we know for a fact he's good enough to win Saturday night.
His opponent's obviously got 14 KOs in 20 fights. Do you think that he's just going to come out looking for that big shot on Liam?
Yes, he is. I think he'll come out the first 2 or 3 rounds working his energy. Then after that, he will realise how deep a shit he's in. And Liam will use educated pressure to put him under pressure to try and close the fight down. I'll be surprised if it goes the distance.
Natasha Jonas in a unification fight. Massive chance for Natasha obviously to have the WBC title. Just your thoughts on that fight?
Natasha had the opportunity to box next week on that iconic bill in London. She decided to give her fans something special, a chance to unification. Remember, at one point her career was written off. And what she's done was, so she could have easily gone down there to London to be on the bill, but she decided to give her fans something special. That's why people from Liverpool have got to give it Natasha, because she could have done it elsewhere. What a big fight, and it's not an easy fight. So it's a fight that's going to be tough, a fight that she can win, but a fight that she can lose, and she wants to put that fight on here in Liverpool. So good on her.
Dan Aziz and Shakhan Pitters, these domestic title fights always seem to deliver on the boxer cards.
Yeah, they do. They always deliver, and I think that is the fight that everybody's talking about, because you look at the size difference, the current champion against the past champion. So, and you can see how that fight could play out. Dan has to get Pitters into a tear-up. That's what he's got to do. The longer the fight goes, the more it suits Pitters. And so Dan cannot give this man space. So it's got to be a hurtful, close-up, dirty fight from the off.
Adam Azim back out again, the man that everyone's raving about in boxing. He seems to just take that pressure and thrive and run with it. Again, it's obviously another opportunity in a new city and it's a city where he supports the football club in Liverpool to make a real statement.
Made that clear, and every time I see him, I look at him condition-wise, and he's one of those fighters that puts himself physically. He trains like a world champion, so that tells you at this level he'll blast everybody at this level, because he's doing something that other fighters aren't, which is preparing correctly. So I think again it's another a win inside a distance win. His opponent's never been stopped, so he's coming here with ambition. But I think Adam is a tough cookie.
Obviously Fraser Clark as well, back out after that monstrous performance in Bournemouth. It was an unbelievable shot to end the show. Obviously he's done a bit of TV as well. We'll come on to the Anthony Joshua fight in a minute, but just your thoughts on Fraser being back out. Is that key for Fraser, get the activity? Yeah,
he needs activity, he needs consistency, he needs to really get out there as much as possible, once a month if he can, because he's playing catch up as a professional fighter. Even though he's steeped in amateur history and experience, he needs to play catch up and get inside that mix and get comfortable with what's going on and who's around him to make a dent. It's a great analysis of our sport, so I think Fraser be good, Fraser be alright.
Let's go back to the Anthony Joshua Alexander Usyk fight. Just your thoughts on the fight first and foremost.
I think his performance was one of the best I've seen. The heart, desire, the want, the mentality he showed was perfect. I think he did everything he possibly could do, and I was impressed with his. You know, he did well. He did well with his performance. You got to be considering who he was in against, considering the experience this man had compared to him. He did well, and people are forgetting that.
Obviously, at the end, there's been a lot of talk about the sort of speech at the end. Just your thoughts on that?
Emotions. He wears what he's heart on his sleeve. He never expected to lose, so you're going to be pissed off. You're going to be upset. Yeah, I'm sure the next day they'd probably thought, damn, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said that. But it's emotions, and I think when you're emotional, we've all lost our rag at home, and if anybody saw us from the outside in, you think you've lost the plot. But he probably tried to send 15 messages in one. You know, I think what he was trying to say is, look, I've been boxing since I was 18. Look how well I've done against this guy that's been boxing since he was 5. You know, look at what my achievements are. Give me credit for what I've done. You know, that was an easy fight. And plus, you sense the frustration of the criticism that he'd probably coming into a part of his career. People are just forgetting how well he's actually done and where he's come from in his life. And that's what he was trying to get across. Because it took the shine off Usyk's win, Usyk was probably had something he had to say about what's happening in Ukraine or whatever. You don't think about those things when you're pissed off. And I'm quite sure there's a lot of regret in regards to the manner of it. But it's just human emotion. That's what we've all got, it's human emotion.
What do you think's next for AJ? There's still plenty of big fights out there. Who would you like to see him in with next?
I don't know, and that was what all the hullabaloo was about at the beginning of the week. What AJ wants and what's going to motivate AJ. So until you get a microphone that's sat in front of AJ, not through his second in command, not through Eddie, from him, let's just wait and see what he's doing next.
Another big fight, must get your opinion on Chris Eubank Jr, Conor Benn. It's on, it's coming up. How do you see that one playing out? Good fight.
I think the weight is is going to make a massive difference in the result of this fight. And I still struggle to get my head around Chris and the weight that they're asking him to come in at. I'm not sure how much weight you can put on for the fight itself, but I still struggle to see how it's physically possible. And I think the weight is going to be a big factor in this fight. So we'll wait till fight night. I'm just struggling to get my head around it.
Super. Johnny Nelson, thank you very much for giving Into Boxing some of your time today, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Anytime. See you in a week.
Appreciate it.